Morning, Mr. Muwena. This is a review of your compare and contrast essay. Looking good for the most part. I think you really have a lot of nice word selection and phrases in here that makes it sound very native-like. So that's really good. There's a few things that you do need to work on, though. In this intro and beginning, the first two sentences are kind of confusing. I like how you start here. Some of the most important two professions nowadays are physicians. But I understand what you're saying. It's just a little unclear how you go from, in terms of honor professions, they can almost be uncountable. I think it'd be more clear to say there are just many professions in the world, such as lawyers, such as judges, such as politicians, things like that. And then go into two of the most important professions today are medical doctors and engineers. But generally it's okay. One thing that you really need to look at, which is really important, is that you don't have a thesis here. This topic is mostly seen as a discussion about opinions and point of view. For contrast to professions based on people's opinions, opinions are arguable, therefore no point of view can be seen as totally correct or fully wrong. All of that is just, I don't know what that is saying, but it's probably not needed, and you don't have a thesis in there, which is why I gave you unsatisfactory because for your intro, because there's no thesis in here. You should clearly say this essay is going to focus on the differences between engineers and doctors. Then you start off, you say, first of all, the first contrast is, so you do say this topic sentence is clear. The first contrast is college life of the year studying for each profession requires. So that's a nice clear topic sentence, very good. Make sure your thesis is clear as well, similar to this. And you're also repeating, first of all, the first contrast. Either say one or the other, the first contrast or first of all, in terms of, don't repeat first two times like that right next to each other. After that, it looks pretty good. I like how you kind of give a block type of essay with first comparing the doctor, and then you say on the other hand, then you go into engineers. Be a little more clear. How many years? Engineers, on the other hand, are only required to study for a certain number of years, and then they're done. How many years? Usually you can say usually required to study for 6 years or however many years. I like how you give a transition to say second, bringing up another point when it comes to life. After college, doctors are at ease. It's a little unclear, the sentence. I prefer you to say something like, after college, doctors are able to be employed a little bit easier than engineers. Be clear. Professions needed everywhere in the world, and this nice, good explanation. I like how you use these transitions, like due to the fact that engineering is sought after nowadays, the request for employment is becoming a waiting list that is increasing every day. Kind of unclear, because if engineers are sought at every day, then don't they have ease just like the doctors? So you might need to change this sentence around. Also, give me a concluding sentence here. You're definitely capable of doing that. Go back to what you said for your topic sentence and give me a concluding sentence. I don't know why you wrote third here. That's not needed. This would be your second body paragraph, so it would be your second point, even though you did give the second point in your first paragraph. This is a new paragraph, so you don't even have to say third. You could just say another difference between the two professions is the doctors need to be ready to work at any minute. I like your attempt at an arm's length. I like that. It'd be a little bit more clear. They need to be ready to work at any time, any minute. You give good explanation. I like how you give the contrast here. However, engineers have more comfortable work hours. I like that. Last but not least, engineers have it easier than doctors in terms of studying and working, but they have more or less terms of respect. Again, I really like your wording here. The language you're using here is very high level. Engineers are neglected. That's very nice. And you're underestimated when it comes to achievements. Mostly only get blamed for when their job goes wrong, but they're infrequently accredited when they perform an outstanding job. Makes me almost wonder, is this your writing, Mr. Muwena? You are allowed to get ideas from the internet, but this is your chance to really try to do it. So I hope this is yours. I'm assuming it is. To conclude, although doctors and engineers may be seen as just two professions with too many similarities and every difference, they both are honorable professions that require a lot of dedication. Medical doctors. I like how you kind of going back to like drawing them as similar in here in the conclusion. That's kind of interesting. Medical doctors require a lot of similarities. Nevertheless, two professions are both seen as amazing. Give some advice, though. That's the one last thing that I would say that you should put here. I do like how you ended that. It's really good. So your bodies are okay. I would like some more clarification. Just change those little minor things that I mentioned. Conclusion. I think it's pretty good, except for you didn't give much of an opinion at the end there. Organizational logic, I put you down to below not satisfactory because your format for your header is not correct. What do I mean by that? You go back to the first page, you need to have a header up here. That's important. Vocabulary and spelling, I think you had a really nice wide range of vocabulary. Again, I hope that's yours. Grammar was okay, not the best, but good job.